All right, so this is not a surprise. We went together, and we already tasted it. It's delicious, but I'll let you share because this is your drink.
Yeah, so this is, we went back to Rev, my neighborhood favorite coffee shop, and this is their thing. So they have a campfire cold foam. So this is a campfire cold foam, which is basically a s'mores latte kind of thing. It's a mocha, but they also put these like little spices in it. And then it's marshmallow cold foam with a tiny sprinkle of graham crackers on top. And
heavenly. It's not too sweet.
So it's like a thing, our whole neighborhood, like everyone in our neighborhood and like my kids, like friends, like school friends, like everyone looks forward to the campfire cold foam. So yesterday was June 1st. It came out June 1st. And now it's just like tradition that every summer, I feel like anyone who's a Rev person, it's just like they look forward to it. Even if it's not. So this isn't like my only drink I'll get in the summer. I'll still get matcha more than this.
Like maybe even in the same day, right?
Oh, wait. Yeah. I actually had their matcha this morning. We went for Aniston's teacher gift because her teacher loves Rev. So we got her a cute little coffee mug, like to-go mug as a gift. And she likes an oat milk, just a hot oat milk latte. But I could not try the new summer. I didn't make it yesterday, so I couldn't not try the new summer menu. And they have they have a mango sticky rice matcha, but I didn't try that because they have a coconut cold foam that you can add to any drink.
Yeah,
so I just got my normal.
I love coconut matcha.
Okay, but so it's just, I get my normal iced matcha with almond milk and just put the coconut cold foam. Oh my gosh, that will be my drink of summer.
So
that's because it's very faint. Like it's not like overbearing and stuff. But you know, every once in a while I like to mix it up with the campfire cold foam. It just feels like summer to me. So that's where we went.
Why did you choose to get a regular milk in that one instead of
So the
almond?
only drink I get, this is the only drink I get with regular milk. I overdid it on almond milk lattes at Rev. And so now if I get a latte, well, sometimes I still get it, but I just actually don't really get lattes at Rev that much. I usually just get matchas with almond milk.
That's interesting. Because I do get their matcha I get
the campfire cold foam is a lot going on. So to me, to add almond milk on top of that is just too many flavors going on. Like I can't enjoy the campfire cold foam flavor if it has the almond milk.
Yeah.
So that's why. But so JVB got hers decaf with almond milk and I got mine regular milk and
regular caffeine,
which I might regret tonight.
We've talked about this before, but if you don't already know about Rev, their almond milk is house-made. So it's not like your average.
Their house-made almond milk. It's the best house-made almond milk you'll ever have. And even all their dairy is like organic, high-end like dairy. So that's another reason like I can do the milk in this one because it's like good quality. Yeah. As is all their food. But anyways, so we haven't seen each other actually not much at all because I was traveling and then you were gone this weekend. So I think we'll just do a little catch up.
Yeah.
Our same order of events, but
a catch up. Yeah.
Mostly just a catch up. So you want to start with high-low or you want me to?
Why don't you start?
Okay. So my high was Costa Rica because I haven't been here since I got back from Costa Rica.
It looked amazing. I was living vicariously.
Yes. So it was amazing. We had never been to Costa Rica. You have been, actually, but you and Eric went before you were even married. So it's been a long time.
A very long time.
Like over 20 years.
We got so much out of that trip.
Yeah, like it was a big trip in your life.
Yes, but we haven't been in so long.
So, and we discovered, I think you actually were in the same area that we were in. But I will, to your credit, I will say there are a lot of areas within that area. So we, I'll just tell a little because I've actually had so many people ask me questions about this from, I like posting on social media. People are curious, like if they want to do the trip.
Yeah, you should do a little travel guide too on.
Yeah, so I'll give a couple details just because I've already had people reach out about wanting to book this trip. And I do actually feel like if you want to go to Costa Rica, I can give you very good details for this trip because my brother and sister-in-law who we went with have a house there, and they go a lot, like multiple times a year, and they know the areas very well. So that was like a treat for us because we didn't have to spend a lot of time researching where to go. They knew all the great spots to go to. So we flew into Liberia, and the area we stayed in, well, the place we stayed in is called Hacienda Pinilla. So if you're interested, look up Hacienda Pinilla, because it's basically a gated community that's the size of a large town.
Like, it's like Punta Mita, kind of. That's how
yes.
Like, where it's like gate, like behind gates, and it's like its own little community.
Yes,
within,
it's
right?
very similar to, yes. And actually, I went to Punta Mita last year, so it is similar to Punta Mita, where like there are other gated communities and hotels within that gated area. But yes, so it's very large. And so Tim's brother Caleb, his wife Jess, my sister-in-law, her dad, it had been his dream to build a Costa Rica house. He's a surfer, and like he wanted a surf house in Costa Rica. And so he had done a lot of research, and he owns a house with a couple people. And so I can't recommend Hacienda Pinilla enough, because within Hacienda Pinilla, you could find a bunch of different Airbnbs within different gated communities in there. There's also a JW Marriott resort within Hacienda Pinilla. So there are options whether you want to stay in a hotel or a home.
So the pool picture, not the backyard pool, but the other pool that you posted, was that the JW?
I posted the JW Marriott was the bigger pool.
Okay, it was looked a huge, like it was a very JW.
It was a very JW Marriott, and it's on the beach also. So nice. And then the beach club, which is like something they have access to, and that's different gated communities within there have different beach club accesses. But I think their access is like the main beach club. And so there's like 2 restaurants, a pool, and a beach, and like a little playground for kids. And like we did yoga there at the beach club also one day.
That was included?
Well, we had to pay $10 cash per person because they have a local yoga teacher, and you just give $10 cash to that yoga teacher. Right. But so there are just so many amenities that it makes it very nice. And so they have like this huge golf cart. So we would get around by golf cart. One thing I was a little surprised by was like the beach from their house, like it wasn't like walkable. I mean, it'd be a very long walk. Like we would take the golf cart there all the time. So I would say if you rented a house, a golf cart would be an awesome addition to have, just because
it sounds like though that probably a lot of them in that area would include their
yes,
own
I think
carts,
a lot of people,
right?
a lot of places would include a golf cart or something to get around on. So, and then another thing I would say is like the house we stayed in was so nice and comfortable. Like we had our own little wing. The design of it was nice because our family had one wing of the house, then there was another wing of the house, and having their own pool in the backyard. I mean, the property itself, they're custom houses on a big lot. So the lot itself is big. Like the backyard is huge, and then you have your own pool. So I also would say to people, this isn't a trip that would be for everyone, because it is very hot and humid in Costa Rica. So if you were a person that really can't stand heat and humidity, that may get to you. Like if you were going to do that, you would maybe stay at the JW Marriott, so you are always either in the air conditioning or pool, which it kind of worked out for us. Like that's why we would go adventuring in the morning, and then we'd spend our afternoons, evenings at the pool at the house, because you have the air conditioning and the pool. Because you just, so even this is a thing that's, I thought, because here we're such beach people, we go to the beach all day long. Right. I pictured that's what we were going to be doing.
Yeah, but
no, it is so hot. The sun isn't, it's just so hot and humid. And I love how warm the water is in the ocean, but like,
there's no reprieve.
So like you really only go for like 1 to 2 hour spurts. So, and like, because our husbands and kids surf, I would say it's like kind of designed like a surf trip for us, because the boys would wake up early and they would go surf for like a couple hours. Mm-hmm. And us girls would like either go out to coffee or have coffee at the house and just like have a slow morning. And then most days we would go adventure and also go to it, like check out different surf spots. But yeah, so I feel like it's definitely if you are a person who likes to see new places and try, like, it's awesome for that. My high of the whole place would be the animals and the wildlife, because it's just so fun to go on a golf cart ride in your neighborhood and see monkeys. Like, yeah, it's like so cool. On like in their house, there's an anteater that lives in the tree in the front yard.
Did you see him?
I never saw him. I saw an anteater on the trip, but I didn't see the one that lives in the tree. We just know because Caleb and Jess usually see it. Barron said he heard it, but I don't know if any of my kids
I would love
saw
to
him.
see a real. I have seen them, but like at like
it
a
is
zoo.
It's just wild when you're not
Yeah.
in a zoo and you like see an anteater. I saw one driving out my window and I'm like, what was that? And Beckett goes, I think it was an anteater. I'm like, you're so smart, buddy.
Yeah,
but and then there's like macaws everywhere. The beautiful, colorful parrots.
Of the one just drinking out of the puddle.
Yes, on the street. There's two that like come to the house and sit in the front tree like every day. And every morning I'd be sitting by the pool in the morning drinking my coffee, and they fly over you, and it's just magical.
That
like
is,
to look up and see this like rainbow bird, and they would always fly in pairs. Sometimes I'd see them in a huge group, but usually in pairs. But the monkeys were definitely my favorite. It's just like, I've only seen that, I think, in Bali. On my honeymoon in Bali, there's monkeys. But like, and these are howler monkeys that are everywhere. Also, when we went ziplining, I was just going to
ask you about the ziplining.
So we saw monkeys. Okay, ziplining might have been my low, actually.
Oh, okay.
And that came as a shock to me.
Why?
Because I am pretty adventurous, and I do enjoy stuff. Like, when I was young, I skydived and bungee jumped. Yeah. Well, I have changed with age.
Yeah, that's normal. I
didn't realize or forgot I'm afraid of heights, and didn't consider, I don't know, somehow I picture ziplining being like a ride at Disneyland where you just strap in and ride the ride. It's a lot of work.
I can see that.
For one, you're doing it for like an hour, and it's very hot and humid. And it was just, for one, you are like, I was exhausted because it's just like, you have to focus.
It's like going on a hike, sort of, where it's like you might enjoy hike, but it's work.
Yes, and it's like you have to have a lot of core strength to lean back, or you spin on the zip line. So it's like you're using and I just think I was a little. Also, I'm like, with all my kids, Beckett was really little. They said kids 4 and up could do this, but like, it was a stretch. Like, halfway through, Beckett was in tears, like, not in tears, but like, he was like, I want to be done. And I was like, buddy, I want to be done too. But you start so high and you can't stop. Like, you're in the middle. You have to get down somehow, some way.
That is a little scary. And Beckett's very adventurous.
And Beckett's very adventurous, but like, there's like rules. Like, you have to like, they tell you either to like hold on behind you or let go and hold on in front of you, and you have to listen to what they're saying. So it's just a lot going on. And then when you have a break, you're standing you're always clipped in. Like, they were very safe. Like, we were always, even if we're standing on a platform, they made sure they clipped us in. But like, it's still, even if you're clipped in, wouldn't be very fun to fall and hang from the clip. Like, so it's like, the platforms are just like, they're not super like, it was exhausting to me. Like, just,
I could see that.
So
I saw, didn't at one point Aniston go upside down?
So yeah, Tim, everyone went upside down except me and Beckett. And I actually would have done that, except that I already kind of had a headache from, so you know how roller coasters also, as you get older, your equilibrium is not the same as you get older. So I already, by that point, that was on like the last second or third to last, because you do one zip line at a time. Like, you do different tracks. You don't just like go the whole time.
Okay.
And by that one, I already had a headache from the whole thing, that I was like, if I go upside down, I'm going to have a headache the rest of the day. And I was like, I didn't really feel like having a headache the rest of the day. And I was just like tired and wanted to be done. So me and Beckett chose not to go upside down, but Tim and all the other kids went upside down. So, and they said that was like their favorite one. It honestly looked pretty fun. But yeah, so Ziplining, still glad I did it. Still glad everyone got to experience it. But Beckett, of anyone, was looking forward to it the most. And I think he was like surprised. I still think he'd say it was a good experience. But like, it just, me and Beckett were like, this was a lot of work and we want to be done. Like,
so were you seeing monkeys and stuff while you were doing that?
So yes. And so that was cool because you were at eye level with the monkeys because the platform is in the trees. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing them. And howler monkeys make this crazy noise. You should Google growler monkey noise. It's like this wild.
Howler or growler?
Oh, wait. Maybe they're howler monkeys.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a growl.
Okay.
I think they're howler monkeys. Yeah, sorry. But they sound like they're growling. Like it's like this loud. It doesn't sound like it's coming from a little monkey.
Yeah.
So it's wild.
And then
we also saw cows while we were ziplining because there's cows and horses everywhere also. There's cows, horses, chickens, iguanas. I mean, there is just so much wildlife. So... But if you're also with wildlife comes bugs everywhere. Like my kids had bug bites all over them. Oh. And like, so I don't really get bit by bugs. So bugs don't bother me. But my kids like came home with like scabs because they had so many bug bites. So that's what I would say. Like it's an amazing experience. But if you're not like an outdoorsy person or you don't like bugs or hot and humid places, it might not be for you. Also,
if you don't like nature.
Okay, this is another important thing is like you have to look up the time of year that you go. Caleb and Jess have been almost every time of year, but they've never been in May, and they said this was their favorite time of year. They said it was actually less hot and humid than it is.
Well, because that's when we went was at the end. It was like the end of May.
Yes.
It was the end
so was
of May,
it the rainy season?
It was.
So okay, so we hit it at the right before rainy season. So we only got one rainstorm, which was so fun. But it's just like the tropical afternoon rain, and my kids were in the pool.
Are we ready to listen to the frightening sounds of howler monkeys?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'll try to pull this up.
Yeah, we'll let you guys hear because.
Of course, there's got to be a
there's got an ad
first,
before the howler monkeys.
All right. Oh, that
Hold
is
it closer
scary.
to the mic and turn it up a little.
That's scary. That kind of sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah,
sure.
it does. So that's just a normal sound you hear everywhere there because there's howler monkeys in everywhere you go. Mm-hmm. So it's just normal to hear that.
That's very cool. Okay, anything else you want to say on Costa Rica?
Nope, I think that's pretty much, I talked enough. Now you're high-low. And I kind of did my high and my low in that, so.
Oh, that was the low?
The ziplining was actually my low.
And the heat, okay.
I actually don't mind the heat, so I didn't really mind that.
Like a deal breaker for you. Okay.
No. I sauna, so Jess and I were like, we trained for this, you know?
Yeah. My high was this weekend. The girls and I went to Jenna's. My best friend Jenna lives now in Thousand Oaks, so it's really hard to get to see her. She used to we all owned a business together. Jenna and I met in New York, and then we also lived in LA together for a long time while we ran our business. And so now
you used to see like work in.
Yeah, we were together
for
all
OT.
the live long day.
Yeah.
And we worked together in New York as well. But
she wasn't married and didn't have any kids, and now she is married and has 2 little kids.
Yes, and so it was their birthdays. So one was Clementine was turning 3, and Ruby, she turned 3 yesterday, and Ruby is turning 1. So we went up for their birthday party. It was a Pink Pony Club because
that's such a cute theme.
Yeah, well, because it's Clementine's favorite song. But then when Jenna put it on and for a dance party at her own party, she had she didn't want it. She suddenly didn't like the song anymore. You know how it goes. But so that was just our highlight. We took the train up, and
I will just say it was so cute how excited your kids were.
Yes,
like London and I went to coffee a month or 2 ago, and she like talked about this trip and like how that's what on her last day of high school, last day of freshman year, she was going to Jenna's, and that she was like, so that was really sweet that she was that excited to
Yeah,
do this.
it is
too.
because it's like they're just like family to us, and
Well, and it's a treat to like go stay at someone else's house, like kind of how we talked about with staying with Tiffany. Like it's kind of like a vacation, but you get to visit with people you love to see.
Yes,
so like,
and I always feel bad because our house is so small, so we don't have room to host them, and
she has a big,
pretty
big house
and
with a pool, right?
With a pool, the weather was gorgeous, and they're just such gracious hosts, and so. So Jenna used to always joke that by the time she had kids, that my kids would be old enough to babysit her kids, and I would be like, no. Sure enough,
amazing how fast that happens.
Yes, and so it's just so sweet though because they love each other so. I mean, my girls absolutely adore them. Her girls adore my girls, and like they really are like the babysitters.
Yeah.
So like last night, Alex was like, "Oh, what are we gonna do when our babysitters leave? Like this is really nice." But yeah, so the party was fun.
And how funny that you had 2 girls and Jenna had 2 girls.
I know.
Yeah.
And it was cute because like Jenna's family was there, so it was nice to get to see them. And after everybody left for the party, it was just us, and then her brother Rory and his wife stayed. And we did like a late night swim, and the little girls went to sleep. So it was all of us and then my girls, and we just like had a late night pool party then.
How fun. Yeah,
it was really fun. And then just relaxed on Sunday. So that was my high, and it was great to have my kids like hang out together, especially on Sunday when the girls were napping. We were swimming. We were all swimming, and then they went down for their nap. So at one point, it was like my girls didn't have anybody else, so they were actually playing together in the pool. And like I haven't seen them do that in a long time.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, so it was just very good for the soul. Great for all of us. Hard to leave, and we all did a workout together yesterday because Jenna actually we'll probably have her and her sister as like Zoom guests on the pod soon because they're going to talk about their fitness journey and stuff. But we ended up Tyler was like hanging out with Clem in the garage, and London, Jenna, and I did a workout. I mean, I am so sore this morning. Like I could hardly walk. My legs hurt. But yeah, so it was just good. And that's kind of like I'm hoping we can delve into some health stuff too a little bit as part of our catch up. So I don't really know what my low is. Maybe just I guess like all the unpacking and stuff from
like
getting back from a trip. Yes, like and Eric painted our room because our house now we just like
Tim and I are dying to do this.
So he did the girls' rooms when the last time we went somewhere, and then he did our room and the bathroom.
Does it feel so fresh and clean?
It does. It makes a huge difference.
Tim and I are dying to do this for the same reason. Like our room is just starting to feel.
Can you do it yourself? You'd have to get it done, right? Your ceilings are so tall.
We
didn't do it ourselves the first time. Obviously,
we could do it ourselves, but we just did the ADU, and like our entire family. We paid Barron to do part of it, and then.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like Eric
were
was exhausted because
it's painting.
Like a full day of prepping.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, but so because he did that, he took everything out of my closet and then tried to put it back, and so I was like, "Oh, great! Now I have to redo my closet and unpack."
It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have. I will tell you, when I got back from Costa Rica, I don't know. It was wild in Costa Rica. Like it gave me all this energy. We ate healthy the whole time.
Yeah.
I was up with the sun. So I get home and I kind of did the same thing, but like not for any reason, but I popped up and I somehow noticed everything wrong at my house when I got home from vacation after staying in this nice house. And I pulled everything out of my drawers in my kitchen. I was like vacuuming my drawers out. But then I texted him. I'm like, I just started like 5 projects. I have no idea how I'm going to finish. And my house is still in shambles because I started going through stuff.
Problem.
It's the finishing the projects after. But honestly, I've realized summer's a good time to do that though.
Yes, it is.
Although the kids not being out of school, that's where I went awry is like, and you are still like, London's out of school, but Tyler's not.
Yes.
So it doesn't feel like you have the time because you have all the end of the year stuff.
Yes.
And so that was what happened to me too.
And with knowing we were going away this past weekend, like I didn't want to start because this was my thing. Now that I'm not working at the moment, school's out, so I'm like, great. I have all these house projects, which I do still want to do, but it is so daunting and exhausting when if you look at how long it's going to take you and you just don't have the time
that's
for
why,
it.
as Tim says, just a little each day.
Yes.
One project at a time.
I know. I do need to be better about that for sure.
I know. Well, and then see, that's how my thing was. Like, I started all this, but then we've just had so much going on, like with the end of the year, kids' end of the year, and then we go out of town this weekend and then out of town next weekend. So I'm like, my house is just not going to be like. Once I get back from those things and my kids are out of school, I'm like, okay, I'm going to like game plan how I like actually am motivated to really go through each
same.
room.
I mean, I want to like literally get rid of everything in my garage. It's like out of control.
You and I have both lived in our houses that amount of time where it's like, we used to move I moved 9 times before we built our house. So
when you moved 12,
and you moved 12.
Yeah.
So before you have a long-term house, like moving forces you to go through everything.
Right.
Now I've been in my house almost 8 years in August. You've been 9.
Yeah, probably
9 to 10. I feel like you were about a year ahead of me with buying your house. So once you hit that mark, it's like, you have to go through. And I do go through things here and there, obviously.
Yeah,
I do.
Same.
But
so do I. But
it's not the same. Like, you just have to do like a serious.
Right. Even my bathroom. And it's like, yes, I do. I'm a product girly. Like, I like products and stuff. But even that, I've been so like, you know me. I used to go to every time I went to Sephora, like it would be $250. Like, I haven't done that in so long. Like, I am still buying things here and there, but I haven't done like hauls or anything like that in so long, and it's still crazy. I like look at our bathroom and I'm like, how do I have so much stuff? Like, it's not like I'm buying new products every day, and they're like, so yes, I need to like just go through all of that. So that would be my low, is that
that makes sense.
I feel like I have all these like house projects that I need to do, and I not quite enough time and energy to do it. But okay, let's segue really quick into some health stuff. We've both been kind of on like a health kick. Well, Eric says that, well, that's your problem right there. You call it a health kick.
Yeah, instead of just being a lifestyle.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think you and I both have just been in the same boat of being so busy over the last few years and trying to, like, now really figure out what is going to work for us.
Right.
So you've been doing Orange Theory, right? Are you doing yoga also? Or what's your routine right now?
Yeah, I usually try to do hot yoga once a week, and then I do Orange Theory twice a week, and then I just walk is my
Which
thing.
Is a great
Yeah, like for me in the summer, I might be able to do more I might have because I won't have all the pickup and drop offs in the morning. I'm hoping to do even a little more than that. But yeah, for a few months, I've been very consistently doing that schedule. And
do you
that
feel
just
like you've
works
seen
really
any results yet.
No, I honestly, I don't think I've ever seen, for me, like, the eating is everything.
Yeah.
Like, I like counting macros or doing something with my eating has always been like what I see results from. But I mean, getting older, like, it's not like it used to be, you know. I used to just be able to count macros for a month and drop 10 pounds. It's like, now I do that and I see maybe like 2 pound difference. Like, it's hard.
It's so hard.
No, I don't physically see any. I still think, like, over time, if I stayed consistent, that's always been my problem. I'm just not like, working out is not like I'm a social girl. If there's a fun social thing on the docket, I drop the workout. But the older I get, the more I realize, and the busier like the kid schedules, I've just realized, like, I have to just pick something. So both Orange Theory and Yoga 6 are 4 minutes from my house. And both of those are so they have a lot of class times. And I can usually book it within like 5 minutes before. So with yoga, I'm usually more calculated because that's hot yoga and I have to shower. And like, you're soaking wet after.
Right.
Orange Theory, I literally decide like 5 minutes before, and I'm like, when can I fit it in? And I go. And like, so yeah. So, but I just have figured out what works for me. And I did Orange Theory years ago. And I don't know why I just like.
Yeah, you didn't like it then.
No,
though,
I've
right?
always liked it. I've
you
always,
did?
yeah,
Oh.
I've always liked it. But when I did it, I only did it for a couple months and then found out I was pregnant with Beckett. And then, that first trimester, you're like so exhausted.
Yeah.
So I only did it when I was first pregnant with Beckett. And then I did it postpartum with Beckett, which also after you have a baby, you have like zero core strength and working out is so brutal. So,
Yeah.
But, and back then everyone always said Orange Theory was a very hard workout, which I don't find it to be a very hard workout. I mean, it's a great workout. And now Orange Theory has like strength only classes, but I really love walking on an incline. And
so you walk, you don't run.
I
that's
don't
the only
run
part that I wouldn't like.
So I don't run because that's not an interest. I like the older I get in my body, like I've always had knee stuff anyways, especially my right knee. And then I just don't want an injury. So I walk on like the 12-3-30, the like viral. I mean, I still listen to what the coaches say, but I'm kind of like, I'm going to do the 12-3-30 is kind of more but they do. I mean, and you wear a monitor that tells you like,
your heart rate and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Which it's honestly just working smarter, not harder. And cause it's a HIIT workout. So you are burning. I don't know. I just like Orange Theory. It's not, I feel like it's very not trendy or cool anymore to like Orange Theory, but I like it. It just works for me.
Yeah,
like it's just the
good.
workout that, because I get I do want to force myself to take some of the strength only classes, but this is 30 minutes of a floor strength workout and 30 minutes mostly on the treadmill. Sometimes it's the rower and the treadmill, which I like the rower.
But is it
also.
broken up 30-30?
No,
it's more in like 5 minute
different every day.
circuits or something.
So that's the other
right?
thing is it's different every day. So you don't know what it's going to be. But I would say more often than not, it's 30 and 30, which I always try to get on the tread first to warm up my body. When I do the floor work, I don't feel like I get as good of a workout if I do the strength workout first.
Oh,
but
okay.
There's some days where you have more active recovery than others and some that not. But yeah, so I feel like proud of myself that I've been consistent. You've been, since you graduated and stopped teaching, you've been super consistent.
I have been consistent. That's only been 3 weeks.
So
but,
has it only been 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think so. And this week is already, so I did technically work out yesterday because I worked out with Jenna. And
But you were saying like you realized like you have always actually worked out and you didn't realize how much it had taken a toll on like teaching and doing your master's program. Like now in hindsight, you realize, oh, the timing of that really affected my ability to,
but
which makes sense.
It does, but this is where it's so hard for me. Like you were just saying, you're a social girl. Like if you only have a free hour, you're going to usually choose like coffee with a friend over a workout or whatever. And that's how I am. But I mean, obviously all of our friends are very into working out too. So it's, I guess there could be some overlap there. You can make it a social thing. But what's funny is that like, I always say I'm consistently inconsistent because I always thought like, oh, I'm not the girl that chooses the workout over the other things. Yeah. And so I didn't think of myself as actually somebody that works out as much, but I actually did always work out quite a lot. I just wasn't, I wasn't like consistent about it in my head, but I actually did always work out. And like you were saying, you don't feel like it's more like the kitchen, abs are made in the kitchen or what, like you're saying, like you notice more in your diet rather than like the working
for me,
out.
I never I mean, it's not, of course I notice and things get a little tighter, but nothing compares. It's like, isn't it 80-20 or something?
I don't know.
For me, it's definitely like,
is, but that's how I've always felt too. So then I'm not as motivated to like do the workout or whatever because it's like, oh, well, it's more about diet. But I do realize now that like, I still think that's true. You're not going to drop the weight, but unless you're like changing the diet. But I realized that like, I did work out a lot more than I gave myself credit for, and it was doing something all those years. So then the stopping, even though it's still not like I wasn't active, like I was still walking, like doing a 2-mile walk every day. I mean, you've seen this campus. Like there are so many stairs.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm a sedentary person.
Lifestyle.
Yes. But
it's also probably the eating too, because when you are just so busy, and
yes,
this is one thing,
for
even
sure.
when I had younger kids, it was easier to meal I was home a lot, so it was easier for me to I had more capacity to focus on what I was eating, prep healthy things, prep meals in general. When you're always on the go, it's just, you have to really focus on the weekend to like prep stuff, and
right, and
that's not how I want to spend my
that
Sunday.
I have not been good about. And so yeah, like I wanted to bring up the fitness thing just as like a check-in, because you've kind of, I feel like, recommitted to that. I'm recommitting to it, like, and I haven't noticed results, but I do notice how much stronger I feel, because that's where I was saying, like, even though I've still been active, I wasn't doing any kind of strength anything. So I wanted to really get back into yoga first, because I know, like, if I don't do that, I'm going to injure myself. Like, I need to be a lot more like mobile and like, you know, stretched and stuff before I start working out. And so now I do feel like just even in that short period of time, I mean, the first week back going to yoga, I felt so weak. Like I could hardly do a chaturanga. Like I could hardly do all the stuff that I had done like my whole life.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I tell Tim, anytime I take breaks from yoga, the first time I go back, I walk in feeling like an 80-year-old woman, and I walk out feeling like a 30-year-old or whatever.
Yes,
because
that's so true.
My
Whereas,
body,
like, you could do with other workouts, you might feel really strong, or like you got a good
you
workout.
might feel strong, but
there's something I would highly recommend. No matter what workouts you're doing, you should incorporate some yoga. People think yoga is not a workout. For one, it's definitely a workout.
yeah.
Like,
well, our kids make fun of us that yoga is not a workout, and Tim, now
until they do it with us.
Well, Tim always, I've completely convinced Tim that yoga is the best thing ever. And now
Eric does it 5 days a week.
Well, yeah, Eric does it 5 days a week. Tim does it at least 2 to 3. Like he'll do more sculpt.
Eric does.
So
sculpt,
I prefer to just do an Orange Theory or a weightlifting class and do a hot yoga class. Same. I don't love sculpt. But Tim loves like the sculpt, and he's always telling the kids like, oh, I can't wait till you can come with me. But technically the hot classes, they have to be 18. But
they don't at ours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say 16, but I think they're like, if you talk to them, they'll like let you bring. Because Eric says the same. He's like, I'm gonna bring you this summer, London. Like, you're gonna be working out with me. And she came with me to hot Pilates and nearly died.
At Sweat Salt?
Yes. And she's like obviously in way better shape
because she
than
does
me.
so many sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the heat is a different. Like,
it is. And I'll be honest, I even like have a hard time. If I don't do it first thing in the morning, it's very, very hard for me to do a hot class like later in the day. Like just because your body's already like warmed up or you've been eating or something like.
Well, and like in the winter, hot classes are so nice. It's like it's the best because your core is so cold that it takes longer for your core to heat up.
Yes.
In the summer, your core is already a little warmer.
Even more of a reason that it would be hard for me to do it.
Well, that's like with the sauna, we like go in the jacuzzi first to warm our core a little, so it's even harder to sit through the sauna.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at that. So I think it anyways. One other thing I wanted to add about the health stuff too that we did at Jenna's. I'm getting back on the fiber train, and I really recommend this because especially for people our age, like you really have to be concerned about colon cancer and all that kind of stuff. And fiber is like the number one. It's just a healthy
I don't think anyone in any lane argues that fiber is healthy for you.
But isn't. Exactly. They all agree that it is. You're right. They do all agree.
Especially if you're eating a high protein diet, it's even more important to add the fiber.
And I think that so many people don't realize that. Like a lot of people are not aware of how important it is to add fiber, like for your blood sugar, for your digestive health, for your weight.
Well, I will admit, like I'm guilty of when I've always tried. If I do macros, I always did my percentages with higher fat than carbs because to me it's easier to eat real food when the percentages are that way.
Same.
But it is very hard when you're focused on hitting a protein goal to remember to add in your fiber. And
it is.
I have had to catch myself
without
so
having
many
too many carbs or whatever.
Yes, and like or eating fake food. Like both you and I are big believers in trying to eat as much real food as possible. But yeah, so the fiber. So what was Jenna?
Well,
what were you guys doing?
So Jenna got me on the fiber train back when we used to work.
Yeah, I
together
remember
every day.
that.
Yeah, and then she stayed pretty consistent with it, and I kind of dropped off. But then I've been getting back on it. But it was just a joke because every night at her house, even like we were drinking during the day, like whatever, and we're like, we have to take our fiber, and it's like it's a whole thing. Like we had like the creatine, like 3 different kinds of fiber, like this whole thing. And so like last night I took a picture when I got home and I was like, oh, it's that time again. Like I'm doing my fiber. But this is just your PSA, everybody, that let's get on the fiber train together. You could do like a classic Metamucil. Metamucil, the only thing, I do still do
what's
Metamucil.
The one? Yeah, Jenna's the one that told you about it. And then I ordered it on Amazon.
Oh, you did? I didn't know you got it.
This was like a couple years ago or something.
Okay, but it's the pinch, right? That one?
I think so.
It's really good. Okay, so there's different options, and we'll link them on the Instagram, but you could always, the easier choice is Metamucil because you could get that at a lot of places. The only thing is that it has a lot of like sugar and like additives.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
But anything you really want, like the psyllium husk, and there's different options, but that's, even if you are eating fruits and veggies and things with fiber, I would really add like a soluble, like one of these like fiber powders. You have to mix it with water. You've got to stir it right away and drink it because
just shoot
will,
it.
Yeah.
Which
it, like,
so I was a fan. I think it was you and Jenna that got me onto that in the first place. Was shooting the fiber as like, which we all know I love a shot anyways. So I'll take a shot in any form. And because to me it's like all that bang for your buck. Like you're getting all that fiber in.
You have to drink. You do still have to have like a full glass of water usually because it thickens so quickly.
Right, but I preferred that method because you're just getting it over with real
definitely. Quick. And you can, if you do, what's that one a colostrum? Like if you do any of those, like you can mix it in there and kind of just do it at the same time. So yeah, I just wanted to end our little fitness chat with.
Okay, I'll add one thing on the fiber thing because so when we were in Costa Rica, the food, so we would go, because Costa Rica, I will say like the restaurants and the regular grocery stores are pretty expensive. If you want local food that the locals eat that's really well priced, it's called a soda. That's what like the restaurants are called sodas. Oh, so that's how you find, actually our zipline guy is who, I think we told Caleb and Justin, I think they had already known
so is
that.
Like the equivalent of like a hole in the wall? What we would
like
say,
it'd be
hole
like
in the wall?
It'd be like a local hole in the wall Mexican joint. But I mean,
call it a soda.
They're cute because you're like in the But like so like after we went ziplining, we asked, there was like the guy helping us was a college kid that has lived in Costa Rica his whole life, so he told us where to go to the soda. But the food is very expensive there, so we would every day go to, there was like a produce market and a meat market where the locals go.
Yeah.
Which Caleb and Jess, like, that's what they do every time they're there. They just go because the grocery stores don't have good options and they're expensive. So we just got in the habit of every day we would go to the produce market and the meat market, and I was obsessed with the food. It just tasted so good.
What did you get? Like what
so
do they call
this is what I was going to say.
Or what isn't that like the typical meal? But isn't like comer typico or something?
How am I? Hold on,
because that is one thing I definitely remember too from our trip. Like we ate just like fresh fruit in the morning. I basically had like coffee, fresh fruit, and then like beans, rice, and chicken.
So Gallo Pinto, is that how you say it? Gallo Pinto, yeah. That would be like the most famous. Like when we got there, Jess's dad had breakfast waiting for us at the house, which was very nice. And it was a classic Costa Rican meal. And it was Gallo Pinto with tortillas, and gallo pinto is basically just rice and beans, but it's like a mixed together thing. It's black beans and rice.
Right.
Mixed
Yes.
together. Gallo pinto. So that's
Okay.
like served with everything.
Yes.
And
that I remember just loving it. That's like my jam.
So
right
like
there.
every night, like every day, we just constantly had beans and rice going. And then in the mornings, so I just got like, you know, when you're focusing on like your goals, how there's so, I feel like fruit gets set. You've never been as bad about this as me, but
I
like,
am, like,
fruit
because
gets such a bad rap because of the sugar
yes.
and all this stuff.
I do. I'm guilty of it too. So I'll like cut fruit out, and then I
So-
remind myself, why am I doing that?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm on vacation, so I'm like, and the fruit is amazing in Costa Rica. So I'm obsessed with the fruit when we're there. And I realized, so every morning I would have fruit with, and I'd cut up papaya, pineapple, and mango, and I would pour yogurt over it and a little granola. And I was obsessed. It was delicious. And I could feel that I was getting my fiber in my diet.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do I not do this at home? And I committed to doing it. I bought all the stuff. And have I been doing it? No. But I have a bad habit of at home, I just don't eat breakfast.
Same.
Which
I don't either.
I
but
know you are into the fasting. I just intuitively don't think fasting's good for my body.
Jenna gets mad at me for that too.
But-
I do feel like it's good for me. Not every day necessarily, but I do. But
Well,
I still should be better. So you're saying that you should start off with fruit.
So I did
kinda, like,
every
cleanse your palate
So
almost.
every morning I would start out with pineapple, mango, and papaya with yogurt over it and granola, and I was so into it.
Okay,
and
remember when I was
felt
really
like
into
I was
food
getting a lot
combining?
of was that a thing in the
yes,
food combining?
and that's what I did, and I felt great. It
Well,
was like
so I would have that every day for breakfast, and then lunch would be whatever. I don't even know. Usually we'd eat leftovers from our dinner the night before for lunch, or we'd be out adventuring and go to a restaurant. Or there's a lot of cool restaurants on beaches, so we would do something like that. But and then every night for dinner we would pick a meat at the meat market, the local meat market. We'd make a meat, and then we always had rice and beans. And then Jess and I would make a salad. And but I swear the food just tasted better. It really made me want to commit to going to farmers markets more and actually getting produce that's tastes fresher, because you just can taste the difference. But
sure.
Again, I haven't done it since I've been back. But,
yeah. Okay. Well, let's try to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah, we're adding fiber. That's our goal this week.
Yes. Yay. I'm glad we were talking about that,
I know.
because now we're getting ourselves and our listeners motivated for summer.
And I will say it has changed how I shop since I got home. We did Whole30 in January, so that already kind of like it gets you in good habits.
You kind of recalibrated.
And how you shop. Like I just, when I go to the grocery store, I get potatoes, sweet potatoes, avocados, fruit. Like, but anyway, you can't have, you can't have fruit. Oh yeah, you have fruit in Whole30. So that's when I also kind of was doing it. But anyways, okay.
Should we do high-lows?
You mean what we're loving?
All right, that's what I meant. What we're loving.
Yes.
What we're loving.
Yeah, let's do what we're loving.
You go first.
Okay, so I started to tell you this, and you said, save it for the pod, Jen.
Zip it.
For the pod.
Zip it. Save it for the pod.
Okay, so I don't know if we've talked about this on here or not, but you and I have been very into thrifting the last few years. I mean, this isn't a new thing. Tim and I had thrift store Saturdays when we were dating, so it's not like we've never been.
Yeah, but you start to drop off. You start to forget, I should check the thrift store first.
Well, and also you
thing.
accumulate a lot of junk, and then you have to get rid of it. But in the last few years, I've had a new appreciation, because if you're a shopper and you like to spend money, a thrift store is a really great way to get your kick for less.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt so bad to get rid of it if it only costs $2 in the first place.
Right.
So, so you and I are like, we get real excited about our little thrifting finds. Mostly for us, it's like home stuff, like glassware, vases.
Right.
Just we'll bring on sometime the silver wine cooler that I didn't buy, and I really have a lot of regret over. But
yeah, let's fill it with ice and bottles of rosé, and we'll just drink rosé and post it on Instagram.
So and I weirdly have started collecting like random china the last few years. Anytime I'm at a thrift store and I just see something, I can't resist. But I love it. I use it all when I host.
Yeah,
so
same.
it's not, and it brings me a lot of joy. So today, you have experienced my little thrift store that,
yeah, it's where I got my
so
silver bucket from.
I go to Trader Joe's almost every day. It's just one of my spots because I just pop in and grab a couple things. It's 5 minutes from my house or less, and there's a thrift store next door. So it's like every time I'm at Trader Joe's, I just pop in, and it's a really good one because
Is the typewriter still there? Did you happen to notice?
I don't
keep
think
thinking about that typewriter.
That was a good one. I don't think it is. So I will be shocked how fast stuff goes. They get new truckloads every day.
Oh, wow.
And stuff goes pretty quickly there. So I do know, like that silver bowl that you got.
I know.
I was
shocking
surprised how long that stayed there because I had considered buying it like 4 times and didn't.
Okay, so what'd you get?
So I got today a new chair for my desk.
Ooh.
And I'll post a picture on the social media.
Can I see it?
I forgot to send a picture, but I will post one. But so I just walked in. I've been wanting to so when I homeschooled last year, like Baron and Aniston were full homeschool, Aniston completely took over my desk in the office, and I was fine with it. Like I let her, that was going to be her homeschool. So she like took over my drawers and everything. And that was her. And so I'm reclaiming my desk area. So this chair was the first step in reclaiming my desk because
stepping into her power in her 40s. She's reclaiming that home office.
So anyways, it's a little joy that.
Yeah.
So what we're loving is my new desk chair, and now I'm gonna make my desk cute again. When we first moved into the house, I did do that to my desk, and I loved. It was peaceful. Like I look out and I can see the kids playing in the front yard, and
definitely I see a lot more of like Tim in there right now, which is nice for him.
Tim
is that the boy? Like there's a lot of sports paraphernalia in there.
Don't even. The bobblehead. Yes. The bobblehead collection is getting out of control because now all my boys are obsessed.
Which is cute though.
It's very. The boys' desks.
It's not cute in the house, but like it's a cute. thing for them.
But Tim has his like giant double monitors and. But his corner of the office, that's where I try to shove all the sports memorabilia. And then my corner of the office.
Unless you're like.
And then Beckett has this like corner over here that's just filled with junk all the time. Aniston does organize the office fairly often, and it gets better for a minute and then it gets. Nice. But I'm like, if I can just keep my section mine. But anyways, my desk chair is my new.
Well, I'm
thrift
excited
find
to
is
see
my
it.
what we're loving. What's your what we're loving?
Okay, my what we're loving is this beautiful necklace.
I've been noticing that.
Okay, so Jenna got that for me.
What?
As a graduation gift. It was so sweet. She got me the cutest card. And so this brand is called Electric Picks.
Oh, I know of that.
I've heard of it
but...
too. And what's really cool about this, I will also post a picture and the link of this exact necklace, but all of their jewelry is a lifetime guarantee. So it's like this one, for example, is gold plated. How do they do that? So they'll repair or replate any of your jewelry free of charge for life. Like,
wow.
Which that alone is really cool. So like if you're wearing it starts to tarnish, whatever, just send it back. They'll give you a new one or fix it. So, and it's really not that expensive for like that type of quality.
Right. For that kind of guarantee.
Yeah. And this one's fun because this isn't something I would necessarily like pick. Jenna has it too. She has the original.
But Jenna's always had a good eye for unique things that you wouldn't think of.
Definitely. Like I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But like if I saw it, I would. You wouldn't even think I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah,
as
but
often,
I keep like looking at it.
It's such a good layering piece too. So you could wear it on its own, and it looks like fancy, or you can layer it. So anyways, I'm so excited. I love it so much. And I'm just excited about this brand. Like,
yeah,
they have
I'm going to have to
cute
check
jewelry,
it out.
And it just makes so much more sense to buy something that like holds up well. So that's what I'm loving. And
love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.